dopamine maxing. Just thinking about that concept of being mindful when the impulse shows up to do a dopamine sucking activity and just letting it be. It's not about what happens, it's about how you respond. And sometimes your assumptions aren't true, and that's okay. Today, I listened to The Ascent of Humanity a little bit, and it talked about tools, specifically the tool of language. And how language does the same thing that numbers do. It abstracts things. It creates separation. So let me talk about the abstracting things. When I say green, I begin to mistake the word green for the color green. And we misinterpret our symbols that we create as real. And the thing is with words is that green standardizes color, and it lumps all colors of, I guess that one interprets as green, into one box, the word green. And that really shrinks the different hues that you can see. And when we see the word green as a substitution for true color that we see, it's a sameness. It makes them all, and it ruins uniqueness and sacredness, which is why words are a barrier. They're a insulation from reality. What is really there? The Tao that can be named is not the true Tao. It's not the eternal Tao. It's not the true Tao. So, when we listen without labeling and we look without labeling, we're able to experience an immediateness, a true reality, a real. We're allowed to experience more of what's real, the more vibrance of life. Feeling into the vibrance of life. And it lets more things in. It creates more of a sensitivity. It lets more colors in. It lets more sounds in. And through that, we become more connected when we stop labeling everything. The English language also has much more nouns, many more nouns than native languages used to, which is very interesting. It means that it's interwoven with how we perceive reality. And the Western mind perceives reality as objects that are out there. And so with nouns, nouns are objects, things that exist. Whereas the native languages, or older languages, more ancient languages, more primal languages describe things as processes. They have more verbs than nouns, those types of languages. And so it's just how we perceive the world is interwoven with our language as well. What happens when we perceive processes rather than things? Things stop getting so solid and so clear. Processes flow with each other and are more interconnected, whereas objects are more separate and independent, even though that independence is an illusion, and that separateness is an illusion, and that solidness is also an illusion. How does it feel to perceive processes rather than things? How does that feel in your body? It also creates, the creation of a dictionary created the idea that thoughts mean something objectively separate from a listener and a speaker, which is pretty funny because, of course, words aren't really there. They're just a perception, and for each word, it could mean something totally different to someone else. So the fact that there isn't the illusion of having an objective definition of a word it's interesting. It just cements further that perspective of like separateness and objectiveness, whereas for processes there wouldn't, I guess, in the native or more interbeing languages, there is the recognition that a word is different depending on who you're talking to. Cooling down. The workout needs to be about tightening and loosening. Tightening and relaxing. So the tightening is the workout and the relaxing is the cool down. And the other thing is that having dedicated focus blocks when you're doing just one thing can be really useful and fun and make things more fun when you just have this block to dedicate to this and nothing else. It's really nice doing that intuitively rather than trying to do a bunch of context switching from thing to thing, which detracts from flow and focus. So yeah, pick a time block to just do one thing and keep doing that over and over. But sometimes you don't need to, so it's up to you. But that's just, try to ask the question frequently, how can I serve here? How can I serve in this relationship with people? Try it. You can even include a shavasana to your workout, a meditation to soak in the workout mentally. Take a moment to note how your body feels. And take a moment to just listen. Listen to your body. Tune in to your body. Tune in. Isn't that an interesting phrase? It's almost as if a radio is tuning to a certain frequency. Tune to your body. Turn your attention towards your body. It's funny how languages, and within languages, encoded meaning. Meaning is encoded in words. And words have a history of their own, a story of their own. It's pretty nice to just jump around on grass with bare feet. Just jump around, run around, slowly, quickly, whatever you're feeling. Just play, bouncing, bouncy, play on the grass. It's nice.